Thank you everyone for joining today. It's a pleasure to be here for the last 3 days and see so much attendance at this show. I know that things outside of this building are a little chaotic, so we really appreciate you attending and listening to us present our product line and certainly listening to the system presentation. I'm the VP of Global Sales. I travel around the world presenting our products, and we're very delighted to introduce the new M2. Over the last 3 years, we've had the M3, the M6, and this year is the M2. So this is the entry-level product, floor standing three-way, and I'll give you an overview once Patrick.
咁咧就話 P6K 咧就係Magico 廠方嘅 VP 嚟嘅，咁啊好開心見到大家咧，記得都頗多嘅入場聽眾啦嚟聽佢嘅講解同示範。咁咧就Magico M2咧係 M 系列裏邊嘅一個新嘅 model。咁之前咧就旗艦有個叫 M6啦、M3啦，咁而家今年咧我哋會示範呢個 M5 嘅。
So when you go to hear live music, it's really present and has a lot of dynamic range, and there's no cabling, there's no components, there's no loudspeaker box. So our job as an engineering company is to get the sound out of the box with no resonant enclosure resonance to disturb what we're trying to hear off the transducers. So at Magico, we design all of our own transducers. This is a diamond-coated beryllium dome tweeter. This is a 6-inch carbon graphene mid-range, and 2 7-inch bass drivers also made of carbon with graphene. We do all the aluminum machining at the factory in Hayward, California. And with the M series, we're introducing the use of carbon. And we are using now a single piece of carbon, layers and layers and layers, to form a monocoque shell. So it's incredibly stiff, it's got mass, and it's dampable. Those are important elements of enclosure design when you're building an enclosure that you want really to disappear. Because the energy we want to hear is from the transducers only, and we design an enclosure that does not store energy, which is really important.
咁佢哋嘅目標咧，就做喇叭嘅目標咧，就係想做一個喇叭係零音驗啦、零雙聲啦、零個性嘅，咁咧就能夠釋放音樂嘅動態細節，可以俾大家聽到一個好現場、好真嘅聲音。咁呢個 M3咧就係用咗3路4單元嘅設計啦。大家見到咧就有一個28mm 嘅高音，呢個高音咧係皮金屬面層咧就有一層鑽石嘅塗層喺面。咁咧中音咧就係一個6寸嘅瓜片同埋 carbon fiber 混合，個低音兩個低音咧就係7寸嘅。咁大家見到咧呢度上下咧其實中間仲有一個箱嘅，個箱咧就裝住咗嗰個中音，好似頭盔咁笠住一個中音喺裏邊嘅。而個箱咧就係一件過嘅碳纖維係倒模吸出嚟嘅。咁呢個碳纖維嘅箱咧前面咧再有一個金屬面板同埋後嘅金屬面板咧將佢支撐住同埋夾住嘅。上下都係嘅。
So as I mentioned earlier, Magico is an engineering company, and we studied over years. We're a relatively young company, but over a short period of time, we've analyzed all of the inherent problems of enclosure design, and we've worked with science, physics, and math applied intensely to come up with enclosures that I mentioned don't store energy. So the energy that you hear is forward firing and energizes the room, recreating what we would hear as presence in a live recording or live presentation of music, and that's what our goal is. I mentioned Magico is based in Hayward, California. We have a 30,000 square foot factory there. We have 40 people working at the factory, most in production. So everything ships from that facility. And we have 3 categories of products. We have an A series, which is represented over here, the A1, A Center, A3. We have the S series, which is 4 models, and then we have the M series, which is our flagship product. This being the M2, then the M3, and M6. So I thank you for listening to me. The most important part of this presentation is the music, so I'll turn it over to Patrick. And thank you, Patrick and Radar, for your great support.
Thank you, Peter. 咁咧就 Magico 喺好早咧，其實即係雖然間廠咧就有10幾年歷史嘅啫，咁但係咧一早已經係針對性咧就發覺咧係喺聲箱裏邊咧好多喇廠都忽略咗或者係解決唔到個問題，咁佢哋咧就針對個聲箱嘅設計咧就因為聲箱好容易咧就做到一種雙聲出嚟，嗰種雙聲大家都誤以為係低音，其實係污染音質嘅雙聲嚟嘅。咁 Magico 咧，佢哋就投放咗好多資源落去，佢哋喺自己廠房裏邊咧製造自己聲箱嘅。咁同埋佢哋咧自己嘅廠房咧已經係提升到佢有3萬平方尺咁大嘅。咁同埋佢哋有自己嘅 CNC 去切裁佢哋嘅金屬鋼材嘅。咁咧就Magico 咧而家咧就總共有3個系列，咁其中一個系列咧有 M 系列啦、旗艦嘅系列啦，對落咧就係佢 S 系列啦，同埋一個入門版嘅 A 系列。咁大家咧就可以聽多啲音樂咧，就會發覺咧 Magico 佢哋嘅特性咧就係冇乜陰染嘅，好照妖鏡嘅。咁前面嗰啲器材線材咧就會反映翻佢哋自己配搭上高嘅嗰個聲音質素。咁但係